This story is called Friends with Benefit. I wrote it in response to a question that appeared in an agony aunt column as to whether friends with benefits constitutes cheating. Friendships come in all sizes and shapes. They may be deeply or shallow rooted, long-lasting or ephemeral, intensely intimate or superficial. Friendship between Tyler and Tracey was of a rare and special quality. It was simultaneously deep, long-standing and intimate. Tyler was Tracey's particular confidant, and Tracey reciprocated with Tyler. Their friendship had begun in their high school years. Both of them had shared the frustrations of teenage angst caused by parents and peers. Each had offered counsel and solace to the other in the formation, development and breakup of relationships. Through university, Tyler and Tracey were study buddies, who each attributed part of their modest academic success to the input and positive criticism by the other. And though one graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree and the other specialised in science, each was there at the other's graduation, sitting in the reserved seats with the other's family, and each was invited as a matter of course to the family celebrations afterwards. In fact, both families had long seen the two of them as respectively an extra son or daughter. And in such a wholesome friendship, how could the parents be other than delighted? For in truth, either set of parents would have been overjoyed to imagine and welcome Tracey as a future daughter-in-law, or Tyler as a future son-in-law. Of course, these being the early years of the 21st century, Tyler and Tracey from time to time exchanged bodily fluids, but they were clear that they were in no way an item. They were friends, and if friends sometimes needed to relieve physically the pressures, anxieties and hormonal tensions of everyday life, who better with whom to do so than with each other? There were certain unspoken rules regarding this aspect of their friendship, and I repeat here the word friendship, for relationship would imply something quite different from the reality of the situation. This was a private matter, no excessive open displays of affection. Perhaps they might come together more often at times of stress, impending final exams during their university days, for example, or sorrow occasioned by the breakup of an intimate relationship during their 20s. For, as I have already noted, Tyler and Tracey were confidants, not lovers. Therefore, during the times when either of them was in a relationship, their own intimate encounters were correspondingly less frequent, out of respect for the other's situation. Through it all, they remained best friends. Neither became jealous of the other's romantic attachments, but instead each of them offered brotherly or sisterly support while the relationship was active, and comfort and concern at times of separation. Furthermore, it was always made clear to Tyler's current girlfriend, or to Tracey's current boyfriend, that Tyler and Tracey were friends who liked to hang out together, and whose personal behaviour was always above reproach to the relevant girl or boyfriend. I must acknowledge, however, that this respect did not exclude appraisal or criticism of perceived shortcomings of the other's present inamorata. And on more than one occasion, friendly, sage advice by the other prevented one of them from getting too deeply entangled in an inappropriate or unsuitable relationship. In the fullness of time, as Tyler and Tracey approached their respective 30th years, their outside relationships became longer lasting and more serious. Not I stress that this drove any wedge into their friendship, but it was Tyler who first became engaged and then married. At Tyler's insistence, he was attended at the marriage ceremony by a best woman, Tracey, rather than the best man. Who else could he have considered as the alter ego who would stand up for him on this momentous occasion and be counted on not to forget to bring the rings to the ceremony? Tyler's bride Julie he'd met through work when the company he worked for needed to upgrade its wheelchair accessibility. Julie was the daughter, actually the overindulged and pampered only daughter, of the owner of a small construction company. Slim and raven-haired, Julie drew up the contract, in the process putting Tyler under her spell. The family business attended mainly to home renos, roofing, chimney pointed and the like, with the assistance of various subcontractors. Now lives can be changed by what seem like the most trivial of accidents, or most unexpected or mundane of coincidences. And it was through such a series of trivial coincidences that it was Julie's family's company that the landlord contracted to repoint the chimney of the old Victorian house that accommodated Tracey's apartment. Furthermore, it was the most unexpected of accidents that saw Tyler visiting Tracey that afternoon. That day, she just received advance warning that her department at work was to be downsized. Naturally, she was despondent and called Tyler for consolation. And it was a yet more unlucky happenstance that Julie's brother Tony should have been assigned to repoint the chimney, who chanced to look in through an upper window, only to see his brother-in-law offering solace and comfort to the disappointed Tracey, on top of the latter's queen-sized bed, and also on top of Tracey. The incident was duly recorded on Tony's cell phone. That night, a deputation arrived at the home of Tyler and Julie, the latter of whom was ordered to stay in the conjugal bedroom. Tyler, to this point, unaware of Tony's afternoon peering activities, having been otherwise too preoccupied, was completely unprepared for what ensued, until, that is, he was presented with the cell phone evidence. To say the least, Tony did not find Tyler's attempts at explanation convincing. "You fucking little creep, you've dishonoured my sister and my whole family. I'll have you put away or your balls cut off. You don't mess with our family. I'll see you in hell, asshole. I've a good mind to kill the both of you. Yes, you as well as that whore of yours." These were simply small selections of the insalubrious comment that thereupon assaulted Tyler's ears, and he believed it. Tony's temper was well known, and Tyler had heard dark stories about the facial disfigurement of people who had stood in Tony's way or otherwise crossed him. "Here's what you're going to do," continued Tony. "You're going to leave this house and never come back." "But I own the house. I paid the whole down payment, and I pay the mortgage. It's my house," expostulated Tyler. Do I give a shit? I told you, dickhead. Here's the deal. I said, you leave, you never come back. Right? Got that? You sign the house over to my sister and you keep up the payments till it's all hers. Take out another loan, whatever. 2 years' time she divorces you. Says unreconcilable differences or whatever they call it. She at least keeps a bit of her good name. But I tell you, come near her or do not pay up and you're dead meat. Now get the fuck out. It's like a dialogue out of a cheap B-feature gangster movie. Unbelievable. Later. "Trace, you've got to help me. I'm desperate. I got kicked out of the house. Can I crash at your place?" "Give me half an hour," meaning give me time to send Marcus home. So Tyler cruised around for about half an hour, picked up a couple of cafe lattes at Starbucks, and arrived at Tracey's place, where a long and tearful account of the evenings and Tyler's tragedy, told and retold, then occupied the next 2 hours. Later, as they lay once again together in post-coital stickiness in the queen-size bed, Tyler said tearfully for the umpteenth time, "You know, Tracey, I just don't get it. What was their problem? I would never have hurt Julie anyway, ever. I would never have actually cheated on her." Tracey held him tight and stroked his hair. "Shh, Tylee, darling. We can make it work out. I know it. Go to sleep."